I mean, you were pointing out what led to the necessity of doing this semi-crazy stunt. But in fact, it was so fortuitous because a lot was learned from Max. And I remember Chuck, he was a consummate engineer. He was an engineer's engineer, fantastic, clear-thinking person. And he was showing me the first steps toward Max, and in particular, all the crazy stuff that we did on BCC 500 from the hardware point of view. The crazy stuff from the software point of view, we're not going to repeat that. But from a hardware point of view, he discovered wire wrapping, for example. And he came with showing me this fantastic little tool that you undo a wire wrap with. It looks like a little pen, and you twist it, and then the wire wrap comes up, and then you have a little gun. I'm not sure if it was air-driven or battery-driven. I don't think it worked at the time. Do a wire wrap, and and then he was showing me the little connectors. That was when the RJ11 connectors just came into being. He was in seventh heaven because he had all the money he needed for two reasons. One of them is that PARC was fairly well financed, but also that the goals were much more modest. So relative to the goals and relative to the environment, it was just wonderful for him. And I think that without that experience of how to do a reliable computer at a reasonable price, and you might think that $50,000 is not reasonable, but it could have been easily $100,000, and it could have been easily 2 years or 3 years of development. But I think Max made it possible, and Chuck did the hardware for that.